Exactly 20,000 years ago, Earth was a vastly different place, with the northern hemisphere transformed into a colossal frozen desert known as the Mammoth Steppe. The undisputed king of this freezing world was the woolly mammoth, standing 11 feet tall, weighing up to 6 tons and wielding 15-foot curved tusks. This creature was an engineering marvel of nature, designed to thrive in temperatures as low as -50 degrees Celsius, roaming a blurry, freezing tundra against howling winds. But as time passed, the world began to change, and the downfall of this incredible Ice Age monarch began. The extinction of the mammoth didn't happen overnight. It was a slow and agonizing process driven primarily by two massive factors: climate change and human hunting. As the Ice Age drew to a close, global temperatures began to rise, and the mammoth's primary food source was swallowed up by melting ice, expanding bogs and newly growing muddy forests. Meanwhile, early human hunters seized the opportunity as mammoths became weaker, using camouflage tactics and stone-tipped clovis spears to hunt these giants for meat, thick fur for warmth, and massive bones to construct huts. This deadly combination of a rapidly warming planet and relentless human spears eventually wiped the mammoths off the mainland completely. But the story didn't end there, as a tiny dwarf-sized population managed to survive on the isolated Wrangel Island, in the Arctic Ocean long after mainland mammoths vanished. In a fascinating twist of time, while humans were busy building the Great Pyramids of Egypt around 4,000 years ago, woolly mammoths were still walking the earth on this remote island. Yet they were living on borrowed time, as their shrinking, isolated population led to severe inbreeding and a tragic genetic meltdown. Their DNA began to mutate and corrupt, causing the final generation to suffer from terrible genetic diseases, loss of smell and deteriorating fur, marking perhaps the most tragic end of any extinct species. However, we might not have lost them forever, as scientists have unearthed perfectly preserved mammoth bodies, fur, and highly intact DNA from the deeply frozen Siberian permafrost. Today, a company called Colossal Biosciences is actively using CRISPR gene editing technology to achieve the impossible by splicing woolly mammoth genes into the DNA of their closest living relative, the Asian elephant. In a highly futuristic lab setting, the goal is not just to create a clone, but to engineer a cold-resistant hybrid elephant complete with a thick coat of hair, smaller ears and anti-freeze blood, potentially bringing this ancient giant back to life. If everything goes according to plan, we might see the first modern mammoth hybrid walking the frozen tundra against a setting sun by the year 2028. But this incredible leap in de-extinction science leaves us with a heavy ethical question. Just because we can bring them back, does it mean we should resurrect a creature whose world vanished thousands of years ago? What are your thoughts on de-extinction? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this journey into the past, drop a like and subscribe to the Moss Hollow for more deep dives into the lost giants of our world.